Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm doing another tarot reading for the 5 love languages. And this next love language that I'm reading about is about receiving gifts. So if this is your love language, then I hope this resonates with you. So I've already pulled my 6 cards, and as I go through each of the cards, I'm going to read each of the questions and prompts that I have. So let's get started. So the cards represent the way I receive love. So for receiving gifts, this is your card. It is the 10 of Swords. So basically, you're done beating yourself up for having this love language because to some, it may seem like it's a bit of, more materialistic, but that's not necessarily the case. It's just your love language, and that's just how it is. And I think that can be kind of hard. I think all of these love languages can be difficult in some way or other. And so it's important to remember that, you're done beating yourself up for having this love language. Next is how understanding my love language will help me. And we have the King of Pentacles. So again, the King of Pentacles is all about mastery of earthly possessions, values, so receiving gifts, it doesn't have to always be about physical things. It can be, it could be. It can be like a small thing, like, I don't know, a cup of coffee or hot cocoa or something small. It doesn't always have to be something large. And I think that's what people forget about, is that, like, receiving gifts as a love language can be small things. It does not always have to be like a designer handbag or other designer things. It's just how this love language works. And so with the King of Pentacles, again, he's the master of all things earthly. He's very good at understanding himself. And that's just how things are. That's how things will be. Next, how to work with my love language to improve my relationships. We have the Four of Cups. So basically, you're done waiting. You're done waiting, but you also have options. You have ways of explaining to other people how your love language works. And that, not everything is always about the material aspect of receiving gifts as a love language. So I think options for how to express your need for that love language, for your particular love language, is important. So the next one is what I need to be conscious of in relationships with others. You have the Three of Cups. And so this is all about working together and kind of like a celebration in a way. So like, you're probably an extrovert, maybe an ambivert. Really just, you're really good at celebrating the good things. Like, that's just how you are. You're very used to receiving what you want. And that's not always, a bad thing. It's a good thing because, you always get what you want. But it's also kind of like balancing that with your partner's love language as well. So your partner's love language could be acts of service. And I suppose in a way that's kind of like its own gift. But it's really about balancing everything that your partner needs as well as what you need. Next is something I can do to better express my wants and needs. We have death. Sort of, I don't know why I'm laughing, but death is never usually about physical death. It's always about like a resurrection of something that you can you can keep reminding your partner that this is your love language and this is what you need, right? So resurrection, repeating yourself, like creating that space to really like listen to yourself and your partner, and for your partner to do the same thing. And lastly, how I can be more open to receiving love. We have the King of Cups. This person is emotional, and I mean, emotions are good. The King of Cups is very much in tune with his emotions. He knows how to control his emotions, but he's also very sensitive. So really kind of taking on this King of Cups energy, being sensitive, being emotional, being creative and loving in your own right is just how you can be more open to receiving love. And so, you know, the King of Cups is all about like water, and, you know, I think that's, I know it's Pisces, I think it's, I'm trying to think, Cancer, and I forget which other one, the Zodiac. So it's just about like reminding yourself that you can be open to receiving love by being sensitive. So I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards from my Woodland Wardens deck, just to get an idea of, a better idea of what this reading is about for the receiving gifts love language. We have the Chipmunk and Laurel, and that's about success. So we also have the Wolf and Rosehip, and that's also about guardianship. So success and guardianship together, those two are a powerful combination, because the chipmunk is, you know, it's about, like, it's a small animal. It's a prey animal. So if you're constantly being preyed upon, but you survive no matter what, then you become this sort of bastion of guardianship, right? This kind of survivalist. And I think in terms of receiving gifts as a love language, that can be very empowering, because you're a survivor. I think it's one of the least common of the love languages. So I think that in a way it kind of makes you a survivor. It makes you this sort of guardian of receiving gifts and of loving yourself despite or in spite of having that love language. So anyway, I have 2 more left: quality time and physical touch. Until next time.